Hello guys, welcome back to Watch Addiction Watch Reviews. Today we're taking a look at a new Spinnaker limited edition release. This actually has a mother of pearl dial. It's the Bradner. This is the Spinnaker Bradner model. This is the Spinnaker Bradner model that we've loved for so many years with the two crowns. And let's see what's on my wrist, then we'll jump right into it. On my wrist today is actually a Movado ESQ in a black and yellow case with like a rubberized coating over the case, which is actually pretty cool on a Maritac rubber band. Really interesting watch, actually pretty playful and looks pretty nice. I bought this a few years back and just actually found it in my closet, so I'm actually getting some wrist time with this one. Now the Spinnaker Bradner limited edition mother of pearl comes in this nice blue box here. I did already take a look at it, but as you can see, there it is. Wow, look at that. Has a nice mother of pearl dial if I get you on camera here. Really interesting. Comes with your warranty card. Let me get it out of the box, then we'll jump right into it. Now here's the watch in question. As you can see, and the model number is SP5158-22. There are a few different variations of this model and tons of variations of this model. This is one of their best-selling models they have, and I really do like it. I remember when they first came out with the original one, then they tweaked it to get to a better variation. This is the current variation. Let me get a little shake here. There it goes. There it goes. Yep, there the second hand goes. And let's get into some basic specifications. The watch itself is crafted of solid 316L stainless steel all around there, brushed and polished surfaces, nice beads of rice bracelet. Case diameter, we're looking at 42 millimeters across. Case thickness, we're looking at 15 millimeters. Lug to lug, about 50 millimeters. It doesn't wear too big on the wrist, considering these lugs do curve downwards, which is pretty nice. We have dual signed crowns here. One of them is screwed down, and one of them is to operate the inner rotating dive bezel, which is you can use to time up to 60 minutes. You can time anything up to 60 minutes, even your popcorn, which is pretty funny. But anyway, we get a sapphire crystal as well, applied markers here for the hours, and your inner rotating bezel is fully loomed. We also do get a sapphire crystal, which is slightly domed, kind of peeks up above the brushed smooth bezel. And inside this watch is the NH35, which most of you guys are pretty familiar with. 20 millimeters in between those lugs there, and pretty nice dimensions for a nice dive watch. Take a closer look at this dial. As you can see the mother of pearl right there, which is pretty nice. 100 and if you get a little closer in that, 180 meters water resistant, which is kind of weird. I would expect about a 200 meter water resistant on this watch, considering it is a dive watch. 180 meters should be enough to go diving. As you can see, limited edition right there on the actual bottom portion above the 6 o'clock position. We get that gray area with the black, and that goes on right above the inner rotating bezel, which is kind of an off yellowish, like a vintage aesthetic there, vintage coloring. And as you can see, the mother of pearl dial is pretty cool. It's a real mother of pearl dial, and I think for this price, about below $300 with the code, which I will leave down in the description below, is a pretty good price for something with a mother of pearl dial, NH35 sapphire crystal, nice beads of rice bracelet. Now, first the movement. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a wind here. Unscrew the crown, pretty smooth. And here we go. We get one position, we get a quick set date here. The white background. Final position is hacking. We get the kind of Pac-Man style hour hand with a long rectangular minutes hand, which stays on the inner portion of the dial, and then the outer portion is just where the inner rotating dive bezel. Go ahead and set it to 1010, and Spinnaker is applied below the 12 o'clock position. Now the dive bezel is very easy to rotate. There's no stop on it, but it is pretty sturdy, so it's not going to move. It's not gonna, if you hit something with this, it's not going to move, which I do like to see. And of course, you can line it up to the 12 o'clock position. It's not a Seiko, so it's not going to be misaligned there. But yeah, the bracelet is a nice beads of rice bracelet using pins, not screws. But it's pretty articulating, I must say. It's a pretty nice, decent bracelet, polished in the center portions of the beads of rice bracelet. Solid end links, fits pretty nice to the case. You get the custom Spinnaker newer style clasp here. Signed Spinnaker. One little thing here. 2 buttons. Opens up to a milled custom clasp. And we do get a glimpse of the NH35, which most of you guys are really familiar with. A custom Spinnaker rotor. Quick release on this bracelet. You can throw it on a bunch of bands if you want. You can see limited edition there. You can see the number there. And we get automatic movement, sapphire, just a bunch of basic specifications. Most of you guys are really familiar with this movement. Beats at 3 Hz, 21,600 beats per hour as hacking hand winding, and about a 40-hour power reserve. But yeah, it has a bunch of lume on here as well, like a vintage styling off-green. It seems like an off-greenish lume. I'm going to go ahead and lume it up because it looks pretty cool loomed up with that inner rotating dive bezel. And there you go, fully loomed up with the torch. As you can see, it glows pretty bright. And that 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 you can see pretty visibly. Yeah, lume is pretty good, I must say. Definitely will last a couple hours there. Good for diving, deep, definitely good for the the pool, shallow diving, stuff like that, and just to walk around at night. Obviously, Lume is pretty cool, so you're gonna want to see the time. You're definitely gonna want to see the time at night, right? On my 6.5-inch wrist, you can see the watch fits perfectly at 50 millimeters lug to lug there. I'd say it's not too thick, but it can be a little thinner in my honest opinion there, but for me it's perfect. Depends on your wrist size. My wrist is about 6.5 inches, 6.75 inches when it swells in the summer, and that's pretty much it. It looks pretty nice on the wrist, you can see there. There's your little buckle. Doesn't pull hair or anything of that nature. And furthermore, guys, I think this is a pretty interesting release. They're doing a mother of pearl on the Bradner, which is quite interesting. It's kind of really hard. There you go. It's really hard to get it to shine on the camera, but it's a really, really nice looking piece. I really like the dial. I think the dial is the star of the show since most of you guys are very familiar with the Bradner series. Anyway, guys, there are no quality control issues. There is a discount code to save 20%. That does help out the channel. We'll drop it down in the description below if you want to check them out after this video. But a lot of interesting reviews coming up and another Spinnaker watch as well. Let me know what you guys think of this watch down in the comment section below as usual, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.